Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today we are doing something really unique. We're fishing crystal clear water, but we're fishing giant, expansive flats. It's practically saltwater fishing, but it's not. These flats are covered in smallmouth. Now they're finicky, the water's shallow and clear, but we're leading them with little finesse baits and catching great big smallmouth. Come along. I've got one cruising right out here in front. They're just cutting out across the sand right now. I'm trying to give them a big lead. Give them a great big lead so they don't see me, but they do see the bait. It's the only chance we've got in the crystal clear water. All right, I've got one running across the flat. I just threw ahead of him. Here he comes, here he comes. They've got my number pretty bad. Here he comes. Here he comes. There he goes. Here comes his buddy. Got him. Oh, that's a nice fish. Man, that is fun. Oh, come here. That is awesome. Beautiful smallmouth. So much fun. It's so rewarding because so many of these fish run that when you get one that turns and comes in and eats it, it's an adrenaline rush. Beautiful fish, he's really dark. Look at the color on that one. Really dark. So how do we end up out here in the middle of nowhere? It's a very simple answer. You know, anytime you get out on these giant lakes, there could be fish virtually anywhere. But in reality, there's not. They group up a lot in really likely areas. Well, it is the middle of summer. It's hot. We are sweating out here. And given a choice, we would prefer to fish for pre-spawn fish. Even in summer, out here on the Great Lakes, pre-spawn fish exist if you go far enough to find them. So we're out on the tip of one of the giant points out here in Lake Michigan. We are nowhere near a boat ramp. So what we did is we found an area as far out near the cold ocean, almost, water as you can get out in the middle of one of these Great Lakes. And then we looked for a spot that had a big flat. Because even out there, when you get out in the middle of nowhere, those bass still need somewhere where they can actually hunt. So we're up on this giant flat out in the middle of the lake. We actually got calm enough conditions to run out here today, which is incredible. This almost never happens. That's why we went for it. So hopefully we can fan cast ahead of these fish. We're running braided line, but we're running about 25 feet of 6-pound fluoro in front to a tube and a few other baits. We'll just lead these fish and try to turn them. In fact, there's one right here. Give them about 25 feet of lead. Oh, there's two here. Give them about 25 feet of lead, pop it once to make sure they see it, and then hopefully they come running. That's the idea. Oh, come on, do it. I've got his attention. Oh, he didn't do it. It's a frustrating way to fish. It's very much like saltwater flats fishing. It's really easy for these fish to bust you, but when you get them, they're good ones. Look how black that bass is. I'm pretty sure he was actually spawning him. There was a boulder out here. It had a silver spot on the bottom next to it. All the way out here. I'm swimming by the boulder. This guy came straight up from the backside of the boulder and ate the bait. I'm pretty sure he was in there sitting on a bed. Yo! That's a big one. Oh, I'm throwing the dark sleeper, banging across these rocks. There's zebra mussels everywhere. I must have gotten nicked at some point. That smallmouth just hit me. Thunk, set the hook, break off, and 4.5 pounder comes up tail walking, throws the dark sleeper. It happens. Gotta check that line a little more often. Choked that sleeper. Oh, it's awesome. That sleeper works everywhere, but up here on the Great Lakes, a gobey is just dead meat. They come so far to smash these things. It's incredible. He ate it on the fall. Just charged over and ate it. Nice. Even that short tube. Really, the dark sleeper, the tube, all the stuff we're throwing out here is imitating a gobey. That's why we're using a shorter, fat tube. And I'll link the exact head and everything down in the video description, but we're trying to create a gobey profile, just present that different ways. Got him. Pretty fish. Awesome. Came shooting across, popped that tube up, and he wolfed it.
Got him that time.
Nice work.
There's another one with him.
I see him.
Mom, I need some water.
Okay, honey, hold on. That's a big one.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
Awesome. Oh, that's a big smallmouth.
That's a big pre-spawner. That's why we're out here.
I just saw it cruising the flat and pitched the tube right in front of him. Yeah, there we go. That's a big fish. Yes.
There's a school of big ones. Darn it. They busted us already. 1, 2, 3. Oh, got their attention. There he goes. Darn it. Here we go, here we go. Third one's gonna do it. Got him. Oh, that's awesome.
That's a big one.
Look at the one coming in behind him. You should just pitch a tube in there. Forget the net, I'll deal with it.
They're so big.
Yeah, and that one's feisty. Just throw right in the net.
Whoops.
That's alright, go again, go again. Yeah. Oh, he's busted us out. Alright,
Yes, this fish is huge. I don't know why you're messing around.
we
I
could have-
catch another one. Wow, check that fish out.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what we're out here for. Oh, that one's over 5. That's a beautiful
sure.
smallie.
That's a giant.
There were 3 of them. First one came to look, dismissed it. Second one came in and it spooked him. He bolted. But when he bolted, that caught the attention of this one. This one came in and ate it.
A different one bit me. I wasn't even casting to that one. Did you see that other guy right there?
I do now. Sierra, you want to reel this one?
Honey, Mom has one for you. You want him? You want him, Sierra? Wow.
Oh, it's a big one.
He's a big one.
Reel him. You're doing good. You're doing good. Lift him up high.
Lift it. Lift him.
You did it.
You got him. Sierra, you got him. Look at how big he is.
Good job, honey.
That one's yours. Look at him. You don't want to
You
touch
don't even
him?
want to touch him?
No.
You did good, honey.
Thank you.
Look at that, Sierra. Good job, honey.
I know. Now go.
Sierra's fish.
Nice work. I love these rollers. Got him? Nice. Throwing net on that one. Good fish.
They're all huge. I just cast out to some shadows. I couldn't tell if they were fish or rocks. There's at least one fish in there. It's a giant.
Got him. Thank you. We just moved spots. Ran about 10 miles to another place we've never been, just an outside point. Get a couple bites and then stick this one.
Oh, there's one.
Nice.
This is so fun.
Shooting a real boy though. You're a 4-pounder. He's gone. You know what else I think they might eat while they're schooling is a hair jig, the black fly. Oh, and hey, I just happened to have one tied on. This is the stuff you dream about when you go smallmouth fishing. Getting on a school like this, there's got to be 30 or 40 smallmouth in sight over there. Who knows how many are beyond that? Watch this rod tip.
All right. Another one. My tube is so wrecked, but it's still catching them.
There's so many of them over there. It's incredible. Don't mind me while I sit and rig for a while. Are there? I like the sound of that. Good job, honey. This is a multi-purpose box. When we're in the south, this is a hair jig. When you're in the north, these little guys are hair jigs. They love them. Nice fish. It is a hair jig bite. Oop, lost him. All right, guys, I think we'll wrap it up here. In closing, the message I really want to convey to you is that you never want to get caught in that local mindset. They call it localitis. You hear people talk about that in tournament scenes. Essentially, somebody from out of town will come into a lake where everybody else is doing the same thing, and he'll just do something different. And he'll catch some giant bag of fish and win a tournament and just blow everybody away because everybody that lives in a place fishes very similarly. Now, we didn't completely destroy them today, but we caught some really nice smallmouth. We caught them far away from anybody else. We just went out, we looked at the map, we knew the kind of fish we wanted. We wanted those big, healthy, fat, pre-spawn fish, and that's almost impossible to find in summer. So we looked at a map, we looked at the areas that we thought would have those fish, offshore, way out away from everything else, big long tapering points out on the main water. And we went out there. Whether or not anybody local would think that we were crazy for doing that or not, we went out there and sure enough, there's fish. Nobody's fishing for them. They're big and they're willing to bite. You can take that same thing and apply it to your home water. If it's not going the way you want, take the map of your lake, sit down, look at it through a whole different set of eyes. Don't look at it as spots that you know. Just look at locations like you've never been there, pick out patterns, and then go check them. Down in the video description, I'll link all the baits we were using, the dark sleeper, the tube, the specific tube head that we were throwing, colors, the hair jig, the rods, all that stuff, so that if you want to try and repeat this, you can. But the big thing, guys, is get out there on the water, enjoy it this summer. There's still a lot of big fish to be caught. Thanks for coming along. We'll talk to you soon.